Picture this. It's 1916. A young Adolf Hitler, a lowly German soldier, crouches in a muddy trench on the Western Front. A British bullet whizzes past his head, missing him by inches. But what if that bullet had found its mark? What if Hitler died right there, forgotten to history? Would the 20th century have unfolded without the Holocaust, World War II, or the Cold War? Let's rewrite history. Adolf Hitler's survival in World War I was a fluke. During the Battle of the Somme, a British soldier allegedly spared him in a moment of mercy. But in our alternate timeline, that mercy never happens. Hitler dies instantly, buried anonymously in the chaos of war. Without his charisma, rage, and manipulative genius, the Nazi Party never rises. But here's the twist. Germany's post-war turmoil doesn't disappear. The Treaty of Versailles still cripples the economy. Hyperinflation still ruins lives. Nationalism still simmers. So who fills the power vacuum Hitler left behind? Without Hitler, the Nazi Party remains a fringe group, but Germany's desperation for a savior doesn't vanish. Enter someone like Gregor Strasser, a prominent Nazi figure who advocated for socialist policies. Strasser's version of fascism might have focused on class warfare, not anti-Semitism. Imagine a Germany that allies with the Soviet Union, redistributing wealth to workers while suppressing Jewish communities less violently. Would this red fascism have still clashed with Europe? Absolutely. But without Hitler's obsession with racial purity, the Holocaust as we know it might never occur. Instead, a Cold War-style divide between Strasser's Germany and capitalist democracies could ignite earlier, reshaping alliances and delaying World War II. No Hitler means no invasion of Poland in 1939, but does that guarantee peace? Unlikely. Japan's imperial ambitions in Asia still provoke conflict with the US. Italy's Mussolini might push harder for Mediterranean dominance, clashing with France and Britain. Meanwhile, a Strasser-led Germany could still remilitarize the Rhineland or annex Austria. Without Hitler's reckless aggression, however, these moves might be more calculated. France and Britain, still traumatized by World War I, could appease Germany longer, avoiding all-out war but enabling a slower, colder conflict. The atomic bomb might never be invented without the urgency of Wiederstöß, delaying the nuclear age. Colonial empires like Britain and France could cling to power longer, altering the timeline of decolonization in Africa and Asia. Think of every modern consequence tied to Hitler's actions. Israel might not exist as a Jewish state without the Holocaust's trauma driving Zionism. The US never becomes a superpower overnight through global industrialization. Instead, the Soviet Union, untouched by a Nazi invasion, could dominate Europe earlier, spreading communism without resistance. Pop culture transforms too. No WTF means no Captain America, no Schindler's List, and no space race born from Nazi scientist recruitment. Even phrases like genocide or Nazi never enter our vocabulary. But here's the dark side. Without Hitler as the ultimate villain, other dictators might escape historical infamy. Would we downplay Stalin's crimes or Mussolini's brutality if they weren't overshadowed by the Holocaust? So does killing Hitler in 1916 save the world? Or does it just rewrote chaos into a new form of tragedy? History isn't a solo act. It's a web of choices, accidents, and ideologies. Removing one thread might unravel the tapestry or tighten another knot. The scariest lesson: monsters like Hitler aren't inevitable, but the conditions that create them, those can linger long after a single bullet changes everything.
This is Bites of Goats, where we don't just talk about history, we learn from it. See you in the next one.